Now he is what he is. You can't help it.
One of the biggest stars in company history.
He's everything that he said The Rock was, but he's just not as good. He'll always be my childhood hero.
Honestly, who I think is a better actor than both. I'm gonna say it too, Batista. I think Batista is better than both.
So time out. I had this
Better
argument.
than The Rock?
I've had this argument with someone.
As far as acting, because The Rock does the same movies. He does the same
Time out,
movies.
but that's not Rock's fault though. Rock is like Arnold.
No, I get why he does it. I mean, as far as like acting wise, Batista expands his acting like to different.
Batista's got bigger. What's the word I'm looking for?
Versatility.
He's got bigger ambitions. He got bigger ambitions when it comes to. Like, I get why The Rock could put out. The Rock could put out 10 action movies in 1 year.
So let's ask this question then: is John Cena going to be bigger than Batista and The Rock? Is he going to be in the middle, or is he going to be the number 3 compared to them in acting?
I would say number 3 right now. Don't get Suicide. He was good in Suicide Squad.
I think as far as name wise, he'll be number 2.
John trash as an actor, bro. Trash.
He's not trash. He did really good in Suicide Squad too.
He's not good. He's not good.
He is good. He's not great, but he's good.
He was good in Suicide Squad, and he was good in Fast and Furious.
There's a reason John Cena doesn't have any leading roles in major motion pictures. John Cena has always been and will always be a supporting actor. John Cena is good in a supporting actor because he can't carry a role all by himself.
Exactly.
We don't know that though. He hasn't given a chance. The Rock was the same way when he first started.
Yeah, The Rock was the same way, and he's been a leading actor for like the last 10 years.
Yeah, because he's been
an actor for 10 years.
No,
he's been an actor for a long time.
Yeah, it's the Marine, man.
John Cena was a Marine in like 08, right?
Exactly.
But he wasn't consistently making movies though.
Doesn't matter.
How long?
What are you talking about?
It's been 13 years and they haven't given him a chance. There's a reason for that.
I appreciate that, Ed.
Because he's not a consistent actor. If The Rock did one movie, if The Rock did The Scorpion King and then wrestled for the next 10 years and did no other movies, would he be a leading actor?
What are you talking? Are you serious?
The Marine came out in 06.
07. Yeah, it was 06.
The Marine came out in 06. John Cena never did a
John
movie.
Cena's been trying to get to Hollywood all that time. He's just not good enough.
He would never. No, he wasn't. He was in WWE full time.
Listen, he was never. Listen, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is
from 06. From 06 to 2016, he was in the company full time.
He's never going to pass The Rock.
No,
he might pass Batista. He might be 2 overall.
See, I agree. I think
he'll be number 2.
Off name value alone, whether we like it or not, his name is bigger than Batista.
Right. I'm gonna say right now, people probably know the name John Cena more than Batista.
Yes, agreed.
Like, The Rock is the high.
That's why I said he'll be the number 2.
The Rock is already the world's biggest actor right now. So The Rock is always going to be number 1.
He got to be number 1.
Batista, his thing, we forget. Even though he was definitely nowhere near a main role, Batista's been in MCU movies. He's been in one of the biggest. He was in Infinity War and he was in Endgame. So Batista's been in some huge movies.
That's big. That's big too.
Was he in Mr. Nanny, dude?
I was gonna say, I don't even know if he passes Hulk Hogan in acting.
I don't think he does.
Thunder in Paradise was amazing acting.
Suburban Commando.
Suburban Commando.
Those movies suck.
It doesn't matter.
Well, didn't Hulk Hogan do a movie with Undertaker?
Blunder and
Undertaker was in Suburban Commando.
Suburban Commando? Okay.
No.
He did one with Giant Gonzalez in Thunder in Paradise 2.
No Holds Barred is a little bit of a guilty pleasure. No Holds Barred is a little bit of a guilty pleasure.
Mr. Nanny was successful.
It was.
I'm not saying it was a good movie. I'm saying
it was successful.
You got a lot of wrestlers in that movie, Sean.
I'm just saying it wasn't a good movie, but it was successful.
You had a lot of wrestlers.
I mean, remember Hogan and Savage and Flair and Vader were on an episode of Baywatch.
I'm signing off.
Okay. I think it was like an episode of Baywatch. Hogan, Savage, Flair, and Vader were in it. And they tied that into Bash at the Beach 95, was it? The actual Bash at the Beach that was on the beach. Hogan fought Vader in a cage match, and Flair fought Savage in a lumberjack match. You guys ever saw that? Like, they tied into an episode of Baywatch.
He was on Baywatch, wasn't he, too? I remember that.
Yeah, it was Hogan, Savage, Flair, and Vader. And he tied it in a Bash at the Beach 95, if I'm not mistaken. Or 94. It was 95.
I think it was 95.
It was 95 because Savage was done a company in 94. But yeah, so they tied that into the Baywatch. So I'm not saying Hogan's wasn't a big agent, but let's be honest, Hogan was never in that many good movies either, to be honest. And whether you guys like it or not, and I know you guys probably grew up watching it. No Holds Barred was not that good of a movie.
What's that smell?
That movie sucked.
I've honestly never seen that movie.
You've
never seen No Holds Barred, Malik? You have to review it. You just have to review it. 3-minute review.
Not looking much, man.
Tell me you're fucking lying, Malik.
I've never seen it.
Come on, man.
Honestly, when they said No Holds Barred, I thought it was like a match. Like I never even knew it was.
Bounty's ready to revoke his wrestling fan card. He was like,
I'm ready to unfriend this motherfucker, man, right now, man.
Come on. That was the movie. Malik, that was the movie.
Watch it tonight. You never sleep. Watch it tonight.
Yeah, that's the movie that gave us Deuce.
I never had any interest to see it because people told me it was terrible. So I was like, okay, well,
if you enjoy that, you're gonna like Over the Top as well.
Malik,
I like my
wrestling classic.
I think my uncle used to. I remember my uncle he recorded it once when it said No Holds Barred. So I thought it was like a match or something like that. And I asked him what it was, and he told me what it was. And I was like, "Is it a good movie?" And he was like, "It's not really a good movie, but it's
not really a good movie." Let's be honest. WWE Studios have never really made a good movie. Even the movies that we enjoy are not good by objective standards.
Malik, bro, I want you to watch. Look, you can't go in there with a Malik 2021 mind and watch that movie. Please don't. You need to go in with that mentality like you're watching The Lion King for the first time.
Don't do that, Malik.
Yes, do that. You need to take a step back and understand that shit came out in what was it, late 80s, early 90s? 80s. Bro, you need to put yourself in that frame of mind and just enjoy it. It's so good. It's so awesome.
We have a question.
You might even shed a tear. I did the first time I watched it. Yes, you will.
You
will. You know what I'm talking about, Kyron. Shut up.
I know what thing you're talking about.
Yeah, you know.
Wait. Did you really shed a tear? Or are you just saying that?
I did. Okay, I did. All right, I'm fine with it.
Okay, no problem.
He's probably a young man.
I fucking shed a tear. Listen, I shed a tear when I was younger, and then I shed a tear when I was like in my early 20s when I watched No Holds Barred. I don't even care who knows it.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it.
Hubbard, jump in, brother. I need you.
I don't know how to do the hand signal, but like I know what you're talking about.
That's where I got it from.
First of all, No Holds Barred, had it not been a wrestling movie, had it not been No Holds Barred, no cap, had a love story, revenge, family plot twist, fight scenes, hit and run, chase, action, everything. No Holds Barred on paper, the plot of the movie was excellent. It just so happened to star Hulk Hogan and Tiny Liston, God rest his soul, and it wasn't that greatly executed. But
you know what?
The movie you put
it was the Lion King of the wrestling era.
You put
let me tell you something.
No Holds Barred, No Holds Barred, right? And you take out Tiny Liston and you insert the guy from the Green Mile. Okay, you take out Hulk Hogan and insert The Rock. You take out the brother and like put in like I don't know, give me some skinny
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, perfect. And you change that lady who was Hulk Hogan's love interest to
Elizabeth Hurley.
Thank you. And we have a top 5 grossing movie. Good storyline, poorly executed. Am I right or am I wrong? Somebody talk to me.
Okay, I'll concede that that's kind of correct, Sean. I'll give you that.
Lion King.
So the movie was the plot movie good? It's just the bad acting.
Yeah, it was bad.
Look, it wasn't great acting.
It was a good idea, but poor execution.
Yeah, it was
the 80s,
fucking fantastic idea.
It was poorly executed, but the plot itself of the movie was actually not bad.
Do you understand the plot of the movie?
Movie is really old.
Yeah, I know what it is. I just never seen it.
The movie's really
You had Stan the Lariat Henson who can't even put like 2 words together like in real life. God bless him. You know, trying to be like one of the villains, and then Hulk Hogan's like fighting in bars, and it's just like if they cleaned it up a little bit, it would have been a lot better. You also had a guy who was like a corporate ass clown, lying manipulator. It had all the elements of a great movie. It just was poorly executed.
We have a question in the comment. Question. Notorious Media says, "I need y'all to throw some Spider-Man No Way Home."
Everybody seen it?
No, everyone seen
I haven't seen it.
Go for it.
Can't talk about it if nobody's seen it.
I don't want to spoil anything for you guys who haven't seen it, so I'm just gonna give you my broad thoughts. It's probably my favorite Spider-Man movie. Definitely one of my top 5 favorite MCU movies. I thought the movie was really, really good, and we're talking about shedding tears. That movie made me shed a couple tears on one scene.
I will say, without spoiling, because you said you 3 haven't seen it yet, right? Kyron seen it.
I have not.
Greatest Spider-Man movie of all time. Top 5 MCU movie ever. That's all.
Absolutely. The movie does have a lot of emotional moments. There was one scene that did make me cry, and a couple that came close. And Malik knows what scene I cried on. Malik knows what scene I cried on.
Yeah, I recommend you watch it, though. It's a good movie.
If you're a Spider-Man fan, you have to watch it.
It's on the bucket list. How about that Matrix, real quick? Because I've been hearing some bad stuff. They're like, don't do it. Bro.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. I haven't seen it.
I haven't yet either, but I got it up to in the queue to watch it.
I heard some bad things about it too, though. So I mean, I heard it wasn't too executed. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see though. I haven't seen it yet though, so I probably won't see it in theaters. Honestly, I'll probably just wait till it comes out.
No, it's on HBO Max.
Oh, it is. Oh, so
yeah.
I'm checking it out then. I didn't know it was on HBO. I thought it was just in theaters. So I'll tune into it. So if you guys have some questions you want to drop them in the comments. We'll answer some questions. I'll put it down right here quick so you guys can see.
So someone's asking us. He was looking up wrestling, and one report said Stone Cold was overrated.
No.
Stone Cold wasn't
overrated. He was very not overrated, not at all.
That is a crime.
The man is the biggest star in WWE history, greatest merch mover, made the most amount of money. He was literally the face of WWE at his biggest boom period. He's
overrated. Stone Cold overrated. That's the hot take of the night. Stone Cold overrated.
Hot take or a dumbass take?
Sean doesn't even believe that. He's smiling because
no one believes that.
He doesn't believe that fully.
Yo, Sean.
What's the move?
Stone Cold moved the needle for the Monday Night Wars, man. He saved the company. Him and The Rock. Yeah.
Most XX dude 1231 most underrated wrestler.
Oh man, that's a good question.
I'll put some questions up in here for you guys.
Oh yeah, put them on the screen.
Okay, I got one. Chad Gable, underrated. Yeah.
If we're going right now,
very good.
If we're going right now, I would.
I like that.
Not again.
Eugene.
If I had to name the underrated wrestler of all time, I actually think it's Mr. Perfect. I feel like the man, there was nothing wrong. He was an incredible in-ring performer, great on the mic.
Who?
Definitely a wrestler who should have been WWE champion. Owen Hart. I think Owen Hart too as well.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was like right now in the product.
He said most underrated. He didn't say he just said.
Oh shit! But yeah, I totally agree. Owen Hart, yeah, world champion material. But you know what? I saw a comment right now that
Owen should have beat Bret Hart at SummerSlam. I'm gonna say that should have beat Bret Hart at SummerSlam.
If not SummerSlam, he should have won the Survivor Series.
He wasn't trying to do that Diesel job though, man. Nobody was like 8 seconds. Nah, I'm good with the belt, man. You can have it, Bob.
Yeah, that house show job. There's a good question here. Notorious Media. Do you think
you know what
title? What?
I'm gonna put the questions up here.
I'm trying to think. You know a person's name who should come up more that's really a lot better? I'm just trying to be different because you guys brought up.
Oh shit, my
already.
bad.
I'm just adding in. I think Marty Jannetty. Marty Jannetty does not get. He gets usually the. Oh, I'm Shawn Michaels' tag partner. I thought Marty Jannetty was pretty good. Like he always showed up, even in the later years. He showed up, man. When he was in the Rockers, like Duke can still wrestle.
Outside of Rockers, he sucked. Please.
I'm with Mountie. Outside of Rockers, I wasn't. Outside of Rockers and outside of Sean throwing through that window, I'm not. I wasn't. I'm not. I'm with
Sorry,
Mountie. I'm not
Conrad.
with Marty.
Sean, what do you
I
think?
can't.
Marty Jannetty underrated or?
Yo, I need Sean. Come on, man.
Marty Jannetty is definitely underrated. Marty Jannetty made some major contributions to the industry. Anybody who's at the watch.
After the Rockers, really?
Hold on. Marty Jannetty's storyline with the 1-2-3 Kid against the Quebecers was excellent. I think Marty Jannetty complimented 1-2-3 Kid. I think they were a good tag team. I think Marty Jannetty was really cool when he won the Survivor Series in 1995 with the 1-2-3 Kid as part of the
Okay.
Sean, Marty Jannetty's biggest contribution to the WWE was getting thrown through a window and kickstart one of the greatest careers in WWE history. That's what his contribution is. And you never realized the only time they ever brought him back.
That doesn't mean that I agree with you anymore.
Hold up. The only time they ever brought him back was because of Shawn Michaels. When they brought him back in '93. They had that one match on Raw with Shawn when he won the IC title, got it right back.
Throwing the tech up.
Nope, I'm not done. Then every single time they ever bring him back, it's just for a Rockers revival. They brought him back in '05 just for Kurt to break his ankle. Come on now, he's only ever going to be known because of Shawn Michaels.
No, time out. That's not fully fair. He came back in '93.
It's not fair at all.
He defeated Shawn Michaels. The plan was for him and Shawn to have a long-running feud, actually. The problem with Marty Jannetty was, and Shawn could probably agree to this, every time he had a big opportunity, he did something that messed it up. They brought him back.
And that's his own damn fault.
Right, but who brings you back that many times if
saying that Marty's biggest contribution to wrestling
Jeff Hardy
window was very disrespectful. Marty Jannetty had a long and successful career, and it would have been better had he not had a junk problem.
When you hit Marty Jannetty, what's the first thing you think about?
That's the first thing I think about, but you're saying that's the only thing he's known for.
I didn't say that's the only thing he's known for. I think it's his biggest contribution to wrestling.
That's not his biggest contribution to wrestling.
I forgot about the Survivor Series. Solo Survivor.
All right, let's go.
He won the Survivor Series. He's an Intercontinental Champion, a tag champion with multiple partners.
AWA Tag Team Champion.
Cesaro is a better underrated wrestler than Marty Jannetty.
Don't be disrespectful.
Exactly, Mountie.
That's disrespectful. That man put in a lot of time and a lot of work.
No, I'm not saying that.
He had a problem.
Hey, I'm just saying. I put a lot of work too.
We're not talking about the problem. We're just saying like Cesaro.
No, I'm not saying you're Mountie. I'm not really taking it like.
I know, man. I know.
Like, keeping it 100, like Kyron is kind of like, to me, like crapping all over this dude's career, and I don't agree with that. I think it's disrespectful.
Well, I understand. I'm just saying there's a lot better underrated wrestlers than Marty Jannetty is what.
That wasn't what pissed me off. What pissed me off, his greatest contribution was getting thrown through a window.
I didn't say that. That was him.
Oh, I know you didn't say that. Kyron said that, and that was disrespectful.
But he didn't get. Hang on.
He didn't get thrown through the window. He tried to jump.
He did it himself.
He jumped in the window. Correct, Malik. He tried to escape. I'm sorry. You're right. He tried to escape out of the window. My bad, Malik. Correct.
In the words of the great Bobby the Brain Heenan, he tried to escape through the window.
That coward, you got to try to escape through the window.
All right.
What's this question right here by Tito? Favorite tag team from the 2000s? So it's from the 2000s decades. I'm saying. I'm assuming he means.
Is it the 2000s or the year 2000?
I think he means from the 2000s, the whole decade.
I think he means from 2000s, from the decade 2000s. So
just tag teams, no factions, so no evolution.
I'll say the Hardys for me, definitely. Probably the Hardy Boys. Them are the Dudleys, but I'll say the Hardys.
I'd probably say it's between the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian, just because Edge and Christian entertain me more.
Edge and Christian's a good one too. I did like Edge and Christian.
I'm gonna probably say the Hardy Boys or the Briscoes from Ring of Honor. They were a great tag team to me.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I got another one up there too. Between the Hardy Boys and Beer Money. Those definitely.
Oh, Beer Money. That Beer Money is definitely.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say for a different federation, I would have went with Beer Money, but WWE. I don't know, man. Team Angle was pretty sick too.
They were good.
They didn't last. They should have had a longer run though.
I think I pissed Sean off. He's had the same face for the last 2 months.
What about London and Kendrick?
They were good.
They were underrated too. Very underrated.
I wish they had more competition to face.
Yeah.
Hold up. We got to bring up Malik's favorite tag team. Malik, how can you speak about Jesse and Festus? Those are your guys.
I forgot about them. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what?
Great.
I'm gonna pick another one. America's Most Wanted. I love them.
Sean, what about you? You got an answer?
The Hardys.
Hardys. Do you think AJ needs one more title run?
I don't think he needs one, but I don't think he needs one.
Why not?
But why not? I don't think he needs it, but sure.
I would love to
when
see.
he was champion
First
very
thing I want to say too, I'm so happy he's not in this tag team with Omos anymore. No respect to Omos, but I did not like the tag team. It didn't click for me. I'd much rather see him back in singles competition. I'm hoping that AJ can get back in that main event spot. So I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna need that.
He looked really good. I just think that the tag team. I felt like they wasted him for like the last year and a half with that.
Yes, that's why
he was preparing Omos to elevate himself up, but
never happened.
Yeah, I don't know. The tag team with Omos, I just never. As soon as they announced it, AJ to me just not like a tag team guy to me. Like he's better in the singles, better as by himself. You know what I mean? Like he's just better doing his own thing. Like I get what they try to do with Omos. Obviously, WWE sees a lot of things in him because he's a big guy, so I get it. But it's like the team was just never. It was pointless. Like it's never anything great. I don't know.
Hey, Malik, question: why is Jonathan Coachman in the corner of the screen?
Why not? Why not?
Everybody
asked that. Coach is there because he's goated. No, that's not that.
What do you love about Coach?
Not only does Coach need to be in the corner of this, Coach was amazing, bro. Not only does Coach need to be in the corner of the screen, as we do this podcast, his theme should be in the background over and over and over
was so good.
on loop.
What are we talking about? The first one.
Conrad, you feel me, bro?
First thing, bro.
The only good thing Coach did was when the Rock made him sing Barry Manilow, made him dance to Charleston. That's the only good stuff the Coach ever did.
The Coach has the most embarrassing Rock interview moments. I even love the promo before 18 where he was like, "Get down on your knees and say your prayers, Coach. What up, G?" And then the Rock booted him right in the face off the camera and cut his promo.
Remember he was dancing Charleston. He said, "Look at the camera. Bend over. Get your monkey ass on the right camera."
That was some fun stuff, man. That is some fun. Okay, this one right here. Do you think Roman Reigns' title run is getting stale? No respect towards him, but especially with COVID outbreak, I think it's very possible Brock is winning. So what do you guys think?
Oh, this should be some interesting points on this. I want to hear everybody's thoughts.
I think he's losing Saturday. I'm crazy, right?
No, tell me why.
Tell me why. I mean, I understand it's a big swerve, but
I don't see Lesnar getting in this title shot opportunity and losing again. And there's a lot of focus on the fact that Roman Reigns has the longest Universal title streak ever. So I'm like, well,
no, that's still Brock. He hasn't broke that record yet.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, Brock is at 504 days.
Right.
Number this is my thing. Roman is holding the title to WrestleMania, number one, because he's definitely gonna break that record. They're gonna solidify him as the greatest Universal champion ever. And I'm still sticking with my theory. I don't know how he's beating Brock, because like I said, mounted with the whole swerve thing, when they got me when he turned on Paul and he kicked him out. That kind of got me thinking, like, okay, there's a lot of things that can happen now. But I still think he's winning, and I'm still sticking by. He's gonna win somehow at the Royal Rumble. He's gonna face Drew McIntyre. He's gonna beat Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. It's gonna be Roman, Brock, and Drew in a triple threat. I'm sticking by that statement. That's what I see. Conrad, somebody else can go. That's what I think.
Malik, I watched your videos, bro, and I'm kind of with you. I think Roman Reigns has to keep this championship to keep the story going. I think, though, the Paul Heyman thing is a swerve.
Same.
Possibly, yeah.
I think that it's a swerve, and Heyman's going to join back up with Roman. Brock's going to feel screwed, but this is only day one. We still have the Rumble at the end of the month. Brock could win.
Okay, but what about this? Day one is a new pay-per-view. As you guys know, when they debut new pay-per-views, they do something that's a little bit out of the ordinary.
That's true.
Seeing a heavyweight title change is not unorthodox.
It doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be.
Right, it could be.
No, but that would have the biggest impact, right?
That's true.
True.
But what would feel? I mean, like
that's what I think.
I feel like Because I'm intrigued by the
I
story.
don't know, but I'm with you though. Like you guys are not wrong, bro. And I understand that aspect. It's like, well, you might as well just have Roman carry it all the way, and then bring it into WrestleMania, because that is technically the biggest storyline, if you will, going into WrestleMania. However you want to do it. I mean, Christ, man, can you imagine if they did like those three that you just said, and then they insert The Rock? Woo-hoo-hoo. Like Jesus, like come on.
I either see two things happening. I either see the triple threat happening, and if they don't do the triple threat, the only way I would be intrigued by another Lesnar and Roman match is if they made Heyman the special guest referee at WrestleMania. So then he has to be on one side.
To be honest, I wouldn't like that.
Because if he's the referee, he has to be on one side. Whoever shoulders he counts to the mat is the champion. So he's going to be.
How about this? These days, the problem with wrestling is not a lot of people know who the main hitters are, the big characters and stuff. So, but if you have a fatal four-way, let's say Rock and Brock, everybody knows who Rock and Brock are, but maybe not everybody knows who Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns are, right? And if they have plans to put Drew and Roman Reigns into Hollywood, as like we just talked about with Batista and John Cena, then what better way to introduce these big names or these big guys? Let's be honest, they're fucking huge. Than to put them in a fatal four-way. Like you have the Rock and Brock to sort of draw them in, and then who are these other two guys? And the next thing you know, you can build off of that. Am I crazy for thinking that?
I see your point.
Go ahead, Sean.
It's really out there, but it's possible.
I'll be honest. I don't know.
You can start from the beginning, Sean. Or Kyron. Actually, Kyron, you can go. Then Sean.
I'm going to be quick because I really, and it's getting stale. Maybe it's getting a little stale, mainly because, and I think this goes back to you release so many people that now there's not that many people for Roman to face. So you got to keep recycling Brock. And, like, there's really not that many people for Roman to face anyway, without trying to give away a big match, because WrestleMania is coming up soon. And now my question is this: if Brock doesn't win the title from Roman, my only other guess is maybe Drew McIntyre, because I really don't know who's going to take the title from him.
I think another thing, though.
That's what I've been saying for years.
I think another thing, though, is that
like Drew.
That's why I like Roman's championship run, is because you legit don't know who's gonna win. Like people ask me all the time, like, who do you think Roman's gonna beat? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, there's no clear cut person like where I'm like, he's usually you kind of like know. Like people like, you can see him beat for the title, but like you really don't. Like you just really don't know. So Sean, go ahead.
I think that Roman Reigns is going to lose on Saturday. I think that Brock Lesnar, we're forgetting about who Brock Lesnar is as a human being, and I don't mean that to cast aspersions on him. I mean it on a businessman standpoint. I believe a title run was probably in his contract. I don't think he comes back for anything less. I think it's an opportunity to make a big wave, as Ed was saying, as it relates to a major happenstance to take place at a new pay-per-view. And I think it would be big, and I think it would even be worth it to have at least a small break of Roman Reigns as champion. Give Roman Reigns something to be motivated about again. When you're champion for 400 days, you lose motivation. I think WWE was right in having him lose at Crown Jewel. I think Crown Jewel's become a little bit of a joke pay-per-view. But day one, they made me a believer as it relates to day one meaning something. In order for it to mean something for real, you got to have Brock win. I think Brock's business acumen, as somebody putting his name on the dotted line to come back, I think a title run was part of that deal. And I think day one would be a perfect opportunity to change up the storyline and keep it fresh so that we don't lose interest in the best storyline in WWE.
Beautifully said.
Here's a question.
Said, bro.
How do they culminate everything with Roman and the Usos?
Well, look, I mean, ideally, you don't have to have Roman walk in as champ, right? Like, there's still enough in his character, and we've seen them build it in the last year and change. And I think that would add another element to what he's about. Because we haven't seen heel Roman Reigns losing a title and coming after it back again. We haven't seen that yet. It's still fresh.
Yeah.
So it's still a fresh angle. And like Sean said, with Brock and everything, like it kind of makes sense. You know what I mean?
This is
And
my
just-
thing though. Like, I feel like it would be more unpredictable for Roman to win and then head into WrestleMania as the champion if you had that triple threat with Roman as the champion. Because if Roman is not the champion by WrestleMania, he's winning the title back at WrestleMania. I feel like if he keeps the title all the way to Mania and then they had the triple threat with him, Brock, and Drew, I honestly would be unpredictable for me. I'm looking at like, Roman's had the title for a long time. If Drew got screwed over at the Rumble and Brock got screwed over twice, for me, I'm looking at like this could be anybody for me at this point.
Brock, how many times has Brock lost twice in a row at a world heavyweight? Ever?
It's been a while, but it's not impossible though.
What do you mean? Been a while? What? Tell me when the last time? I don't remember.
Never.
Exactly.
Even though the original run, I don't think Brock has ever lost 2 consecutive big matches.
No.
And I'm going back to like his early run. Like in
The
2015.
only one I can think of is when he lost the triple threat at Venice, and then he lost to Kurt Angle at SummerSlam.
And you guys are forgetting one major thing. He's over with the crowd. Vince loves that shit.
When
They
he's
love
back-
that shit.
Vince doesn't love that.
When he decides to like it, Vince only like when you're over.
Okay, fine, but he likes it when his guys are over with the crowd. And
Okay.
right now,
But I think
Brock
it's more
Lesnar's
so.
over with
this-
the crowd.
This is the thing, though. People are liking it now, but when Brock's the champion, he's not going to be there. So then people are going to hate it again because he's not there.
That I agree with Malik.
I'm with Malik on that because I think the intrigue really revolves around Roman Reigns. Everybody wants to see Roman and The Rock. That's my other question. Can he make it another year as champion? Will people be bored by WrestleMania 38? They don't have enough viable options right now.
I don't think he needs to be the champion for that match to happen with The Rock. That match can
Roman
sell.
Rock does not need the title.
But my thing is like too is like people love Brock. It's hypocritical. They love Brock, but when he's the champion, say people like
They
Brock.
love
right
the
now.
chase of Brock. They love the chase.
But if he wins that title on Saturday, he's not gonna. He may wrestle at the Royal Rumble, but he's not gonna wrestle the shows in between until WrestleMania again. So the title.
Okay. Malik, I'm actually gonna I don't like coming out left field, but this is the thing. I'm gonna look at Brock Lesnar similar to how I looked at the Fiend. They did the title handcuffs what you can do with him, because when you put the title on Brock, that instantly means you're not gonna see the title for a long time, and worse, because you're not building anybody up, no one's gonna really care if the title's not there with any feuds you give us. Whereas when he doesn't have the title, when he leaves, okay, that's fine, because he's not taking the title with him. Same thing with the Fiend. The more you put the title on, the more you back yourself into a corner with him. So I don't think they should ever put the title on Brock. He doesn't need it. And same thing with The Rock and Roman Reigns. That match does not need the title.
But what do you do with Brock if you don't?
Plus, you got to think too to ask you this question, Mountie too. You talking about who can beat Roman? But how many people if Brock wins the title besides Roman and Drew? Who else can beat Brock?
That's the reason why you need to be building people up.
Yeah, but I'm going to challenge you on this. If Brock doesn't win the title, what do you do with him?
That's exactly.
You just keep if he gets screwed again, he can instantly beat. If he gets screwed again, he could still be involved in the story because he got screwed over twice.
It's stale now. If he loses twice in a row because he got screwed or manipulated or somebody runs in or fall him, it gets stupid. It gets corny.
No.
Well,
we're at a crescendo right now where him winning the title would mean something. It would mean something. It would be historic. It would be a historic moment for a historic pay-per-view. If you have him lose again, it's almost like, what's the point in Brock even coming back? John Cena lost because John Cena was here for the summer. He was going to go away. He lost one time. He didn't lose a series of matches.
Exactly. And the double swerve is a great idea, guys, but let's be honest, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
It's way too creative. A double swerve like that, no way.
I don't know about a double swerve.
Well, no, like you said, but like Heyman like turning on Roman and then eventually turning on Brock.
I don't know how that. I don't listen. I don't know how the match is going to end. I just believe Roman's walking out with that title.
Here's a question though.
WrestleMania as champion.
I just throw this on. What if Brock loses on Saturday, but then wins the Royal Rumble?
And that's something that I think could happen.
I think
Brock Lesnar, the dominating force in the last 15 years, needs 3 title matches to win a belt.
He doesn't even need to be. He doesn't need to be.
You got to think about his stock, bro. You got to think about his stock. Brock Lesnar can't afford to lose 2 matches in a row. It's not Brock Lesnar didn't lose.
He lost. Well, no, wait, he lost to Seth Rollins twice.
Yeah, but and that was good. You thought that was a good thing?
It didn't devalue him though. He still Brock Lesnar.
I don't like that they recycled the storyline.
It didn't devalue him because he went away for 2 years and came back and we're happy.
Yeah, it wasn't 2 in a row, man. Like,
He lost to Seth Rollins at WrestleMania and at SummerSlam.
He did lose two matches in a row, but it wasn't 2 matches in a row.
It wasn't 2 matches in a row, but he still lost to the same dude.
one of them was a cash-in.
Right, he won it back at Money in the Bank. This match right here would be him literally losing 2 title matches in a row to the same guy.
But it depends on how you lose, though. Like the first time he lost, he got help. So like even though Brock lost, if it wasn't for the Usos, Brock would have won.
I think that's bad.
You know what? I think you should go into the next question about the Rumble because it kind of ties into what we're talking about, like who can win the Rumble, and if Brock Lesnar does win the Rumble, let's be honest, that's the easy way out. Yeah. Have Lesnar lose the fucking match on Saturday and then have him win the Rumble. We all know that's probably what's going to happen.
But that's the thing, though. That's something WWE would do, though.
Of course.
It's also a bad thing, I think, for the audience, though, because for someone like me, so here's the thing.
Lesnar, they don't care.
No, I get it. You have two options for this. WWE has been in this predictable, okay, Roman Reigns has it. If this person wins, he's going to obviously challenge him. Does Brock need the accolades, like Sean said? Like, okay, you're going to win the Rumble, so you're going to become, what, is he a 2-time Rumble winner then?
Yeah.
He didn't win another one, right? So he'll become a 2-time Rumble winner. It adds another accolade to him. They could go that route, or do you go the route of let's push somebody new on Raw and have them go up against the whole Big E, Lashley, Kevin Owens, Rollins, that whole ordeal. You could go in that route that way too. You have a lot of guys in NXT that they obviously care about. I think I'm telling you guys this right now. I think Braun Breaker is going to be one of their biggest stars in the next couple of years. They're going to force him into that spot.
Braun Breaker,
and I'm talking quick, like it's going to be within the next 1 to 3 years.
No, Braun Breaker is exactly what Lars Sullivan was supposed to be.
Braun Breaker is going. Braun Breaker, Lars Sullivan was supposed to be that, but he didn't get the talent that Braun Breaker has. Braun Breaker has great talent.
Way better. He's a big bad booty nephew.
Because he's a Steiner.
And he has the family background too. So
they don't call him Bronson Steiner.
Just all he has to do is when they first give him the microphone when he comes out, he knows what he has to yell in the background. Right?
You knew Braun Breaker was going to be a top guy because as soon as the 2.0 era came, he was pushed in that top spot. He's going to be the master champion when he receives the title. So
who I'd like to see win the male Royal Rumble? AJ Styles this year. I think that'd be really good moniker. I don't think any but what? You're hitting
the ball out of the park. That's who I think should be in the main event.
That's what I want. That's what I was going to say too. I was going to say if it's not AJ Styles, I like to see Finn Balor.
Wait. What's the best matchup though for AJ?
AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar, a rematch from Survivor Series a couple years ago, would be the best.
Okay, so
I'm just saying,
what do you do Roman at WrestleMania?
That's what I want to see. I like to see AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. That's what I like to see.
That match they had a couple years ago was amazing.
That match would be amazing.
First of all, let me ask y'all a question, man, because this is something that's kind of been like kind of freaking me out over the last probably 2 or 3 times we've been talking. This talk about what's his name, Drew McIntyre being back in the mix for a championship opportunity. What are you guys reading something, seeing something that I'm not seeing?
I don't.
I've seen a lot of stuff that
Drew is a man.
I've seen a lot of stuff that he's gonna face Roman at the Royal Rumble.
Oh, so you've heard the rumor mills because I don't see anything on TV that indemnifies him as the next man up unless you know something I don't know.
Sean,
I don't think they're pushing him as that. I think they're downing him that way because how hard they were pushing him and people were getting tired of it. I think.
Okay, that's no. I just wanted to know if you guys heard something because it's like I don't. In my mind, I see him, and this is not my personal attack on him.
I know.
I think he's improved himself, but I'm talking about storyline wise. He's mid card right now.
He's not doing anything important. Nobody cares about what he's doing.
I feel like they've cooled him off on purpose, and I just feel like he's so much better than everybody he's been in the ring with at times. Like even the Ricochet, like this is Drew knows what to do. Like he's handling the match. Like I got this.
Yeah, and this Saturday. Sorry, Conrad, go ahead.
No, finish. Go ahead.
And Saturday
he's against who? Riddick Moss there or whatever.
He's
You know,
destroying
like-
him. You know, he's destroying him.
Madcap.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know. He might lie down for him. He might lie down for
What's
him.
his match at day one?
He's facing
and-
Madcap Moss.
Yeah, who is basically
No,
Riddick
no.
Moss.
You know,
Like I said, I believe I think Roman's
lose that
winning at day
match.
one, and he's facing Roman at the Royal Rumble for the title. That's what I see.
I'm a huge McIntyre fan. I feel like this year he's going to go back to that area where he was like 3 years ago when he was like facing Roman Reigns. I think he's going to face somebody that's
Talking
important.
about like the Scottish psychopath.
Yeah, like I don't want to say he's going to be a heel. I don't know if he's going to be a face or heel, but I feel like he's going to face somebody important in the singles match at WrestleMania, but I don't know if it's going to be for a title. I know I'm kind of going against what I said before, but those are my two predictions for McIntyre.
If they do that triple threat, I just need one thing, and I need them to save it because it's too creative for WWE. But you had that triple threat, and at WrestleMania, I need you to bring back the Broken Dreams theme. You need to be the first man to come out.
They're never going to do it.
They're never going to do it. But I'm saying the first man to come out of that match, and you have a little entrance, and all of a sudden you hear that music hit, bro. Crowd going crazy, bro.
I saw somebody on YouTube.
Just to prove that I'm not on my ivory tower and like, you know, I'm unwilling to change even when I see something plain in my face. Drew McIntyre over the past 3 or 4 months has shown me what you guys have been trying to get me to see, especially you, Mountie, even telling me for months, Sean, you're not seeing it, and I haven't been seeing it. I think it would have been overkill to have him come back and win the Royal Rumble this past year, because of he's owed his moment from 2020. He never got a chance to earn. That would have been overkill, and it would have been unjust. I don't believe that you get to go back in time and redo something because situations didn't work out for you. There's been many wrestlers that have hurt themselves, had unfortunate instances that were not able to get their moment back. That's the way life works. Unfortunately for Drew McIntyre, it was a pandemic.
Monty, I seen that Titantron. That's why I said that.
Yeah. That being said, I think he's earned his way back into that spot. But I think he's going to have to earn that spot in a spectacular way. I wouldn't mind seeing Drew McIntyre win this year's Royal Rumble.
That's why I'm looking at it like this too.
Interesting.
I think they put Drew McIntyre on SmackDown for a reason. He's not on SmackDown for nothing. So
and let me explain why I think he needs to win the Royal Rumble.
It's too risky though. Risky.
Let me explain why he needs to win the Royal Rumble in order to be a championship contender again, because I don't see any feasible way to get him into that spot where it makes sense otherwise.
His thing is, he just
way
won
too
the
risky, man. Yeah, not only that, now with Omicron and everything, like, can you really risk?
God forbid.
Jesus Christ.
I wasn't thinking about that. If God forbid it works out again where he gets screwed again, like, oh my God, like that would be terrible. But
oh my God, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So
this guy would probably take a bath with a toaster. Fuck, you know.
Yeah.
Actually, I would.
If he wins the Royal Rumble and then somehow COVID messes him up again, it just wasn't meant to be.
Oh, no.
Man, poor guy. Like, how many setbacks can this guy have, you know?
Yeah, that would be unfortunate. That'd be
not fair.
I mean, like I said, there are a lot of things that can happen. I mean,
other than that, for the Rumble, I mean, we only talked about the males, but like, you know, from a female standpoint, like, who do you guys like?
I really wish I wish there would be something. I got two people for me.
Sasha is the best pick for sure.
There are two people for me that I want to see win.
Baszler, maybe? Baszler?
Shayna Baszler or Bayley. One of the two.
Bayley was another pick, I thought. Here's the thing, though. I want somebody to win for this reason. I've said this plenty of times. She's never won at WrestleMania.
I don't want to see Sasha win because I want to see her face Trish Stratus at WrestleMania.
Time out.
I'll take that. I'll take that first.
If Sasha can win the belt before, Bayley's definitely going to win then, and I think they're going to give those two their WrestleMania moment. It's the greatest women's match of all time, in my opinion, in WWE.
See,
you got to do that.
I'd be fine with that.
When Bayley first turned on Sasha and 2 years ago, I honestly thought. Now, granted, I was giving too much credit because they ain't smart enough to make that feud last till WrestleMania. I thought that was really gonna be the WrestleMania match, but then they put it in Hell in a Cell, which made sense because that's the type of feud that deserves Hell in a Cell. But yeah, I agree with that Conrad. But it's like, okay, if Bayley comes back and wins the Rumble, like, you gotta kind of have to have her win the title at WrestleMania then. But like I've said, Sasha has never won at WrestleMania. You can do a good storyline out of something like that. Like, you can't win at WrestleMania. Like, that's an easy storyline to book if you're gonna have Sasha Talent for a title.
Honestly, I would be cool if they had her win the Rumble and she beat Charlotte at WrestleMania. I'd be all right with that. That'd be a good match and a good story too. I mean, Charlotte is the top; she's at the top, and you could use that story. Like, you can't win at WrestleMania, you've never done it big. They could do that.
Well,
let me ask,
since she didn't have the match last year.
Can I flip it to the other side of things? We've all talked SmackDown, but what about Raw side of things? Like, I know a lot of people think Liv Morgan's winning.
I don't think she is.
I think the bigger story. I think the better story is Bianca at WrestleMania getting her rematch and getting what was owed to her.
Number one, I'm with you, Conrad. And first of all, I like Liv Morgan. I don't.
I like her. I like her.
But I don't think the company, they don't see her the way the fans do. They don't see her that way.
She's a female Cesaro.
With WrestleMania coming up, I don't see her walking in.
Which one? Liv or Bianca?
Liv Morgan. I don't see the company, like, a lot of fans really like her, and she's really over.
Like
the company just doesn't. They don't see her in that light. With WrestleMania coming up, I don't see her walking into WrestleMania.
She's the female Cesaro.
I think that I do agree.
It is true.
The bigger match at WrestleMania to me, to me the bigger WrestleMania match is Becky versus Bianca. You let Bianca get her moment back.
Put a stipulation in that match too.
Yeah, bro.
Listen, Kyron hit it on the head, but not even that. I think Bianca and Montez in the next couple of years as well, they are going to be the top heels on a brand as a power couple.
I don't like that.
I'm telling you, who his partner, if I'm him, I'd be shaking in my boots because that match he had with Roman, he delivered.
Do not break up the Street Profits. You need tag teams. Do not break up the Street Profits. That's a dumb investment.
This is
when it happens, I'm just gonna smile.
What is the most overrated WrestleMania in your opinion?
I believe WWE don't really need the thing for me is I don't think you need. I'm gonna give you some WWE 2K logic. When I play WWE 2K, I break up 87% of the tag teams. I break them all up.
Sounds like Sim to me.
Okay,
so the point I'm trying to make is
secretly Sean has been booking the WWE.
Sean McMahon.
As long as you have the New Day and the Usos, you work around that. Now I understand the Street Profits are a good team, but I got to go with Conrad on this one. Montez Ford has the potential to be a mega star. He is super talented, super charismatic, super athletic. And I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a situation where he's going to have to break off. It's just going to have to happen. And my point about the tag teams are most of the tag teams in WWE are forgettable anyway. Like when you think of WWE tag teams, you think of two teams. You think of
New Day.
The Usos, maybe the Dirty Dogs if they book them correctly, but they don't.
If you look at the last,
who's the Dirty Dogs again?
Ziggler and Rude.
They don't matter.
If you look at the decade, like from the 2010s, there are only 3 tag teams that I can think of that were really good. They booked well. The New Day, the Usos, and the Bar. Those are the only ones.
And that's why I say, that 2K logic.
As a team, because it feels faction.
As a team. And that's what I'm saying. I use that 2K logic. Whenever I start franchise mode or GM mode, thank God GM mode is back, I break up most of the tag teams because most of the tag teams don't matter. WWE's tag team division is weak. It just so happens that they have two of the greatest. Excuse me?
That's Vince's fault.
Of course it is. But what I'm trying to say is the tag team division is weak. So the Street Profits going down. Let's say they lose on Saturday, right? If they win on Saturday, you know what's going to happen. That's going to be a sign that RK Bro is going to break up. I'm not a big fan of RK Bro. I think RK Bro is corny as hell.
That's the beauty of it.
They're no
team. It's the Kane Daniel Bryan, buddy.
If you put Team Hell No and RK Bro in the same sentence, there's something wrong with you.
You're the one that did that. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Listen,
I don't know on another level.
They're supposed to be corny. That's
they see tremendous upside in Riddle. They trust Riddle a lot. They put him on NXT and put him with MSK because they think he is a ratings draw. He must be doing something right on Raw. They trust this dude way more.
They like him a lot, bro.
The most amount of personality.
They are hindering Randy Orton. They are holding back Randy Orton.
I disagree.
Randy Orton, WWE, especially Raw specifically, needs Randy Orton in the championship picture because they don't have anybody else. They have Seth Rollins. They have
Bobby Lashley,
Seth Rollins,
Finn Balor. They got a lot of people.
Finn Balor.
SmackDown.
Finn Balor's back to doing the same thing he did before he went to NXT.
I don't know. And by the way, just on a side note, Seth Rollins needs to win on Sunday too. I mean Saturday.
He might not be there.
What's wrong with
I think
he tested positive for COVID. Remember?
Oh, I didn't hear that. Wow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
that's what they said, but I don't think it's true though.
Yeah. They had a live show Sunday. Seth tested positive. Seth, Becky, Bianca. I think Biggie all weren't there at the show.
Neither was Roman. Neither was Roman. He wasn't there either.
It was all the big time people weren't there.
I think it was more of COVID protocol. Like they pulled them out because.
Well, if they're out of the show, that's bad. That's real bad.
But if they're out of the show, then they would have to announce that because you have to be quarantined for 14 days. So they wouldn't even make the show. But this question right here: most overrated WrestleMania. Does anybody want to go first, or you want me to go first? I'll go first.
Overrated? I don't know.
Go ahead, Kyron.
Oh man, I'm probably gonna piss some people off. I have really two in there for the exact same reason, and I look at them actually as kind of the same WrestleMania 3, WrestleMania 18.
WrestleMania.
I look at both of them the same way. They're known for really 18 especially known for one match, 3, 1, maybe 2 depending on. But outside of that, the rest of the show is just forgettable. 3 you that had been a show you had to been there for. So I'll give that one some slack. But 18, you have Rock Hogan, and outside of that, what else really is there notable about WrestleMania 18?
TLC 2?
TLC 2 was 17.
17.
TLC, did they have a no? They did. They had a fatal 4-way, right?
That one was the GOAT. That's the GOAT mania to me.
I think 17 is not my favorite, but it probably is the best. But I think 18 is kind of overrated too. I think they're too traditional, as in it's really boosted up by the crowd and the match. But even then, I wouldn't say those two are the most overrated because another one just popped in my head, and this is gonna piss you guys off. I think WrestleMania 10 is overrated. I
haven't watched that full show, so I can't.
WrestleMania 10.
What?
Hear me out. So you guys try to slaughter me. WrestleMania 10 has two of my favorite WrestleMania matches.
Yourself, bro. I've never heard nobody say the WrestleMania 10 was trash.
I knew somebody was going to say this. I knew it.
I think Bret Hart and Owen Hart is the best opening match in WrestleMania history. I think the ladder match is one of the best ladder matches in WWE history. Okay, and Bret winning the title is a great moment. But outside of that, what else is on that show?
You just named 3 historically great moments on the same show.
I named 2 great matches and 1 great moment. But yeah, when I hear people say WrestleMania 10 is one of the greatest WrestleManias, like, off of that?
Well, how many great matches on one pay-per-view do you need for it to be a great WrestleMania?
Exactly.
I hold WrestleMania to a different standard than I hold regular pay-per-view.
I'm asking you a question. How many matches on let's say a 10-match card, how many matches have to be great?
He needs 8.
Okay, let me use my WrestleMania. My favorite WrestleMania.
He needs 8. Kyra needs 8.
No, I don't. I'm gonna use my favorite WrestleMania as an example. 24. Now let me go back to the match because I haven't seen the show in a minute. There were, not counting the opening match, the pre-show Battle Royal, WrestleMania 24 had 8 matches. And I feel like not one match on WrestleMania 24 is a bad match. I think there's multiple great to good matches. To me, great matches at WrestleMania 24 are the Money in the Bank ladder match, Charlotte Ric Flair, and the 2 world title matches. That's 4 great matches. You have a good celebrity match, and the rest of the card is overall solid. I think that makes a great show. But I can't give, especially WrestleMania, 2 great matches and 1 great moment as a great WrestleMania. I'm
just looking at WrestleMania 24 right quick.
WrestleMania 24 had the Belfast Brawl, Finley and the
I think 24 is the most slept on WrestleMania.
Like, doesn't get enough. And then you had the Money in the Bank ladder match. You had Batista and Umaga. You had Kane and Chavo, which was like seconds. You had Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair.
But that was a good call, though. That was a great call.
Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, the triple threat. You had the celebrity match, Mayweather and Big Show, Undertaker and Edge. So WrestleMania 24 was really good. It was really good.
WrestleMania 24 was really good. I don't think that was the question, though. The question, I think the debate is WrestleMania 10 not a good show?
Sean, go to the WrestleMania. Look up the WrestleMania 10 card. Look up the WrestleMania 10
Yeah, but like, you gotta remember the feuds going into it.
Okay.
Batman versus Doink, Men on a Mission. Come on, man.
See, I feel like the problem with this question is you're basically going against a Mania that people are like, this is a good Mania.
Okay, I'm not saying it's a bad show. I didn't say that. What I said was it's overrated. All right, let's look at the card. Brett versus Owen. I don't need this. That's my favorite match of the night. Bam Bam Bigelow and Luna Vachon versus Doink and Dink. I don't even think I need to talk about that. Randy Savage and Crush. Randy Savage and Crush.
That was an amazing feud. That should have been number 4 for you. That was a good feud.
What was the feud?
You felt that emotion. Randy Savage against Crush.
I thought
that was a great feud.
That was almost a year-long storyline. That was really entertaining.
100%.
And
that's
the sad part is
you forgot about it. It's okay.
Face Michaels. Could you imagine if they got to do that storyline where Randy went to congratulate him when he wins the IC title back from Jannetty? Sean was gonna break the champagne bottle over his head.
Sean and Macho Man. Woo.
Yeah, wow. Macho. They had it written out already what was gonna happen, and I guess Vince told Randy no. This is part of the reason why he left.
Man.
That was an amazing feud, bro, and you could feel the emotion in that match.
I loved it. When Crush was a surprise too.
You had Alundra Blaze versus Leilani Kai that went 3 minutes. You had Men on a Mission versus the Quebecers. Yokozuna and Lex Luger, which was not a good match.
I thought Lex
but you didn't know.
Well done. It wasn't a well wrestled match, but it was a good story.
No, and back then, because you didn't know if Bret Hart was going to face Lex Luger.
I thought it was a great. I thought Perfect turning on. Now, what happened afterwards?
Exactly.
Perfect not being utilized. I don't know what happened while Perfect wasn't utilized afterwards, but that almost set the stage for a great storyline. But my point is, the match itself, Perfect screwing over Lex, that was awesome.
Yes.
And it went back to
right after the feud at WrestleMania 9.
I gotta hear other people's overrated WrestleManias. Nobody else is.
Earthquake versus Adam Bomb, which went 8 seconds. I mean, it had 35 seconds.
We're moving on, Kyron. We're moving on, man.
Okay,
go ahead. Somebody else in the overrated WrestleMania.
WrestleMania 11 was bad. I don't know if it was overrated because I don't think.
We're talking about a WrestleMania that people like that you think is overrated.
Yeah, 11 was bad, and I think we knew it would be bad.
A WrestleMania, you got to name a WrestleMania that people really like.
A WrestleMania that was supposed to be good that wasn't that great.
I got one. If nobody's ready, I got mine. I think.
Maybe number 2.
Did anybody think WrestleMania 9 was gonna be good beforehand?
Yeah.
The only person
we're talking about. Okay, you got to name like a show that.
I got one.
Number 2.
WrestleMania 23. I'm going to say.
You're
what?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
WrestleMania. Wait, hold on. Now I don't know. I got to do my research first. But you guys scoff at the WrestleMania 23, and you agree with WrestleMania 10?
Oh no, wait. I didn't say nothing bad about WrestleMania 10.
Oh, okay, my fault.
I said I haven't seen the full. I said I haven't seen the full show.
All right, WrestleMania 23. Let me do my research.
Hold up, bro.
I got the card up. I got the whole card right here.
Hold on, wait. This is me and Kyron Shotgun right here. We were so invested into that WrestleMania, it was crazy, bro. The money.
You ain't doing this for Conrad.
The Money in the Bank ladder match, the battle of the billionaires. It was a good storyline. The 2 world title matches, Taker and Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels and John Cena.
Shawn Michaels versus John Cena is to me the most underrated WrestleMania main event of all time. Undertaker versus Batista was great. Money in the Bank ladder match was great. Valiant and the Billionaires was
Money in the Bank ladder match at 23 was not great.
It was too.
It was. I wouldn't say it was great. It was a good match. It was a good match.
Yo, time out. Let me. Can I go through this real quick?
It was a good match. It was a good
match.
Khali versus.
Okay,
I'm starting from right here, bro. Ric Flair and Carlito were in a tag team match against who is this?
That was the pre-show. That
doesn't count. That's pre-show.
Yo, I gotta admit, pre-show doesn't count.
Pre-show doesn't count.
Chavo Guerrero and Gregory Helms. Whatever.
Pre-show does not count.
Okay, let's talk about Melina versus Ashley.
They did them dirty.
They did them dirty.
Did them dirt? What does that even mean?
You're talking about a women's match in the Ruthless Aggression era. Come on now.
A match that they barely had time for.
Well, I'll tell you what, Alundra Blaze versus Lani Kai was better than that match.
They were both 3 minutes.
Just saying.
Okay. The Money in the Bank. It's not my favorite Money in the Bank match.
No,
Out of all of them,
24.
it's on the lower half.
It's a good match though. It's a good match.
It was a good match.
It's a Money in the Bank match. They
You know
have
what?
their
I'll
spot.
put it like this: it's hard to screw up a Money in the Bank ladder match. It's hard to screw it up.
Hey, it did have one of those iconic moments with Jeff Hardy with the leg drop through the ladder.
Okay.
It was a good match. It wasn't a great match.
The three most important storylines were the Battle of the Billionaires and the 2 world title matches.
Time out.
All three of those
Wait,
delivered.
undercard matters in
Keep going.
this.
Keep going. Go down the tiers of the card.
Kane versus the Great Khali was
Okay, that was trash. It's the Great Khali.
Yeah, but why was that on there? Where
It was
Because-
on there. I'll tell you why it was on there. I know why it was on there.
Hold on. I'll tell you the reason it was on there. Because the WrestleMania 23 had that all grown up theme because it was 20 years from WrestleMania 3. So they wanted to recreate the body slam. That's the exact reason why that match was there. I can tell you that one.
That is true, and they did a terrible job doing it.
It was terrible.
Yeah,
was
because
bad.
it's the Great Khali.
All
I
right.
have no training and I'm a better worker than he is.
All right, here's one that's a disappointment a little bit. And it's disappointing because of how they did it, I thought. The ECW originals versus the New Breed.
That was
was
just,
trash.
that was
That wasn't
horrible.
good.
That was
That
trash.
wasn't good. That wasn't good.
I didn't like how they did that. I thought one of my better matches on the undercard was Benoit and MVP. I thought that had a lot of potential, and they moved forward with it. No, it was. I thought they had a better match the next month.
It was
Yeah,
good.
it could use more time, but it was good.
Right. I did so. Batista Taker, love it. Like that. That's out of this though.
Batista Taker, anybody who says that match wasn't good is stupid.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Cena and Shawn, I thought was good.
I thought
I struggle between which one was better.
I
Sometimes.
always-
I'm
It
giving
was
it to
good.
Batista
It was
Taker.
good, but it
it was
wasn't
the
great.
most. I swear, it's the most underrated WrestleMania main event.
Michaels
good.
Cena was good, but it wasn't great. Cena versus Triple H was great.
And can I say this?
I disagree. I think it's the other way around. I think Cena Michaels was way better.
I'm with Sean on that. I'm with Sean on that.
See, I don't know. Maybe because of the kid in me, I was more excited for Shawn and John Cena because they were.
I mean, I
people.
was more excited too, but Batista and Taker had the better
I
match.
thought. I mean, I'll tell you this, and me and Malik will always go back and forth on this. I've always thought Cena Michaels was better than Batista Undertaker, and I thought this as a 7-year-old, and I still think it now as a 21-year-old. I
Monty,
still think
What's your overrated WrestleMania, my guy? You got one?
Hold on, wait. I didn't finish
Yeah,
Battle of
dude.
the Billionaires.
that
That
was
match.
good.
No, that match was built around Stone Cold Steve Austin doing what he was gonna do best. I don't think Umaga couldn't talk. You had Armando in there. It just didn't feel right. Like
That match
Out of
was
all the
exciting though, bro, because it was between Trump and
Trump.
McMahon.
It's about Vincent Trump.
that's what I'm saying. How did this advance Umaga and Lashley?
To throw a punch, that was pathetic.
Because
Hold
somebody
up,
had to
hold
win,
up,
because
hold up,
somebody had to
hold
fight
up.
for him.
This-
That was the point. Somebody
This
had
is
to fight.
way wrong. Conrad, before WrestleMania 28, the
Trust
most
me, you would not want to see Vincent Trump in the ring. That would not be.
No, you didn't. Now, before WrestleMania 28, the most bought WrestleMania was WrestleMania 23, and the Battle of the Billionaires is the biggest reason why.
I hear you on
That
that.
doesn't mean
I
it
just think
delivered. That doesn't mean it delivered.
I think
It
it,
was good what it was. Listen,
I don't think
listen,
Vince was the
You
same
think
after that
the Battle
haircut.
of Billionaires delivered? It didn't deliver at all. It was a
it really delivered what was it
First of, all,
supposed to do.
first of all, Lashley versus Umaga was a bad choice anyway.
Nah, well, consider the fact the original choice, I think it was good. The original plan was to do Hulk Hogan versus the Big Show. So I think we're good with what we got.
Whoa.
Well, I never heard that. Okay. All right.
The original plan.
I think for the time being, it was cool. It was cool. For the
No, here's the thing. The original plan, because they wanted the WrestleMania 3 stuff, the original plan was Vince to pick Big Show and Trump to pick Hulk Hogan. That was the original plan.
It would have been more entertaining.
Nah, it wasn't.
Hogan and Big Show.
I
Hogan,
don't want to see that.
Hogan being in that match would have been more entertaining than what we got.
Yeah, because it was Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I agree.
Come on, man. You can't just say no without thinking 2 seconds about what I'm saying. You insert Hogan in the place of Umaga or Bobby Lashley, you don't have a more high profile match?
Yeah,
Here's the thing,
it's Hulk Hogan. It's Hulk
In
Hogan.
2007,
You have to
absolutely.
remember, the whole point of Battle of the Billionaires was all business related. It was not that put on a classic match. It was 13 minutes, and that was the perfect time. No one remembers Bobby and Umaga. What they did that match for was have Trump shave Vince's head, and they got the headlines they wanted. That
No.
match succeeded.
The more we
That
talk, the
match
more 23
succeeded.
kind of like, I
It
don't know.
succeeded. The match succeeded over the one to do.
All right, hold on. So what about you, Mounty? Go ahead, Mounty.
Just
Go ahead.
saying, the more we talk, it seems like 23 is kind of like,
You ain't gonna do WrestleMania 23. Like I refuse.
WrestleMania 23 The match of the night was Taker Batista because it was a great match on anybody's card.
I prefer seeing
Money in the Bank certainly wasn't one of the greatest Money in the Banks ever.
It was good.
It was good, not great. And then you have Cena versus Michaels, which wasn't as good as the Cena match from the year before.
I disagree. I think Cena Michaels better than Cena Triple H.
That's why we all have opinions.
All right, Mountie, go ahead.
I think once again it comes back.
Let my man speak.
I'm going to say I didn't get to see WrestleMania 22 live. I saw 23 live, so I was more invested in Michael Cena because I got to see it.
I would say like probably WrestleMania 2.
No one likes that show.
No one likes that show. I'm talking about
and that's the
WrestleMania
problem.
that a lot of people like that you just think is overrated. Like, yeah, it's overrated.
But that's the key. Let's focus on the point. And I want Mountie to take the stage again. The overrated means it was supposed to be a good show and it didn't deliver.
That's underwhelming. Overrated.
Okay, I'll name another overrated WrestleMania. WrestleMania 29 overrated.
32.
No one
likes 29.
A lot of people. I've heard a lot of people do like 29 though.
I've never heard anyone say 29.
I was there.
32 was supposed to be maybe a good show.
Yeah, that was underwhelming, but it wasn't.
32 was garbage. 32 was garbage.
So the logic is it was a people historically think of it as a good show, but we think it wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
like
WrestleMania
this is
18
a good show.
was an overrated show.
So I think overrated is what's a show that you think WrestleMania gets a lot of praise that you thought was that didn't deliver on that praise that everyone said.
Yeah, like not WrestleMania 3, like you said, like or WrestleMania 30. Some people think that one is overrated, and I'm like, I think it's nuts.
I think WrestleMania 30 is overrated.
WrestleMania 30 was a great show, man.
I love
30. My biggest debate is what's better between 30 and 31.
I think
It's a tough call, man. 31 was really good.
21 is overrated.
Malik.
21.
Oh.
That's Malik's favorite.
21 is overrated.
21,
bro.
21. No, I'm sorry. 22. The Triple H Cena match was really good, but other than that, I was underwhelmed.
Edge and Mick Foley.
Hold on. Let's pull up the card. Hold on. It's not just.
You ain't got to bust out the card. I know the card by heart. You ain't got to bust out the card.
By the way, for the record, I was mistaken when I said 21. I meant 22.
Mark Henry versus.
By the way, you ain't got to bust out the card.
Thank you. I know you're being sarcastic. Thank you. That's exactly.
The opening match was the tag team match. Kane and Big Show versus Carlito and Chris
Masters. Yeah, Masters. That was a sick entrance.
You had Undertaker, Mark Henry, the Triple Threat World Title match, Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle.
Go slow. Go down the tiers of the card. Go slow.
The Triple Threat World Title match, Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle, and Randy Orton.
That should have been longer.
Good. Shawn Michaels versus Mr. McMahon.
That was good.
And then a Hose Guard match.
Ray Orton and Angle was okay.
It was 9 minutes.
That was a good match, man, Sean. That was a really good match.
You thought that was a good match?
Oh yeah.
I thought it was good for the time they gave it, but for a world title wrestling match,
that was a good match, bro.
Hold on, because I feel like we're going too fast.
Okay, Sean, I got the whole card right here.
I just told you, I can name the whole card. The money match is good too.
Go slow. WrestleMania 22.
I'm gonna start from the beginning. I'm not counting. Obviously, we don't count the pre-show.
Okay.
Big Show and Kane versus Carlito and Chris Masters.
Excuse me.
Fine.
The Money in the Bank ladder match, which was only 12 minutes.
Yeah,
it was good. I'm not gonna be
Shelton Benjamin spots and shit.
The Money in the Bank ladder match was good too.
JBL versus Chris Benoit.
Come on, bro. That was no.
That wasn't that great.
Edge versus Mick Foley.
Excellent.
Oh yeah.
That was the match tonight.
Best match tonight. Oh God. Can I just skip over the next one, please?
No.
Booker T versus Sharp. Booker T.
Thank you.
Straight boo-boo.
That was trash.
Worse than that. It was horrible.
That was absolutely terrible. Mickey James and Trish Stratus. That was good.
That was better than expected. That was better than expected.
That was good.
Mark Henry versus The Undertaker.
Bad. Not good.
That wasn't that great.
Shawn Michaels versus Vince.
That was
I thought that was better than it had any right to be.
Yeah, that was a very entertaining match.
Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton and Kurt Angle.
We all disagree. I thought it was a good match, not a great match.
It should have been long.
It's a good match.
Listen, man.
Tori Wilson, Candice Michelle pillow fight. We don't need to talk about that.
Top tier. Top tier. Come on.
Top tier.
A pillow fight back in 2006. Come on, bro.
Fulfill your
I
fantasy.
didn't see the show live, so it doesn't hit the same. And finally, John Cena, Triple H.
which I think is great. So the show was an average show when you average everything out.
You
No,
think
no,
you
no,
would
no,
respect
no.
21 like that though.
You gotta
Hold on,
remember. You
hold
gotta
on.
remember.
Let
Listen,
mommy
you gotta
speak.
remember. Boogeyman Booker T brings the show way
I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
We don't talk
but-
about that name.
That match is
Hang
garbage.
on,
That match
hang
is
on,
garbage.
hang on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull a Conrad. Time out.
Okay.
Okay. It seems to work all the time. I don't know why. It's like we're all his kids. Like, hey, time out. You're gonna
He
go
does.
to the corner.
Yeah, we do listen. That's true.
We talked about WrestleMania 10 and that we only really came up with like 4 really solid matches,
True.
and we just nailed like 6 or 7. Now, granted, there was more matches on the card.
Seven?
Oh yeah, man, we nailed like 6. I counted, man.
Edge,
Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank was a good match.
Money in the Bank. Edge, McFoley. The main event.
Main event and a triple threat.
Mickey and Trish.
Vince,
That's 5.
yeah, bro, man, like
Matches.
so that's why it's not really necessarily.
And you know for a fact, the show would have been way better if we got to get Eddie Guerrero versus Shawn Michaels.
Oh, that's not.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If that match would have happened, show would have been.
I think this. Here's what I'm gonna say. I think 22 has a lot of very, very bad, but it had a lot of good that overweighs it.
It overweight it, yeah.
Like
It
I
saved
mean,
the show.
I'm telling you that. What I'm saying is, like, you take Triple H. I mean, in my mind, you take Triple H and Cena and put it up here, and then you put Booker T and Boogeyman way down here, and then you got somewhere in here for the Angle match, and then you got somewhere up here for Edge and McFoley. I'm just saying, when you if we named every match on a scale of 1 to 10, the whole show would average out to a 7.
I think that's a good grade for WrestleMania.
I agree with that.
Not for WrestleMania. Not supposed to be. Not for WrestleMania.
See, I think 7.
I'll tell you one thing. Bam Bam Bigelow and Luda Vachon versus Doink and Dink was better than Booker T and Boogeyman.
Absolutely.
You
know what? We just made it 5. We just made it 5, brother. 5 times. Go figure. Isn't that ironic?
Hey,
5 times.
Sean, did you get a WrestleMania yet? I don't think Sean did one. He did 22.
Yeah, I did 22.
Mountie?
I don't got any, man. Like we said, like maybe
I had
the ones we talked about. Like
I have 2 more.
go ahead.
And I think these coincide. I think me and Conrad had to talk about this. Both 15 and 16 are very overrated.
Yeah, they suck. I watched 15 live. I remember we ordered that one.
I don't even remember that one.
That
The
was
only
Austin and Rock the first time. Stone Cold
Right, Austin
forgot
beat
his
Rock,
best.
and then WrestleMania. All you got to know is WrestleMania 16 had the triangle ladder match, and then Austin and Rock was on 15. That's it. That's pretty much it.
And
Yeah,
by the way, the Fatal 4-Way in 2000 was not that good.
No.
No, it was horrible, bro. McMahon in every corner. It was about the McMahons more than the people in the match.
I heard though that the reason that match happened is because the match that happened at Backlash was supposed to be at WrestleMania, but Austin wasn't ready for something like that. He wasn't ready.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Do you know who was supposed to be in the 4-Way that was
Jericho.
I think Big Show was the replacement. Jericho was supposed to be. That's why he won the belt in that quick fashion.
Yeah.
No, I think Jericho was supposed to have Mick Foley's place, but Vince didn't want.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, because he wanted Mick Foley to have a moment. Mick Foley never
But
got to
Vince
have that.
didn't want Mick to not have a WrestleMania main event in his career. He felt he owed him one.
Because remember, like, Mick had cut his hair and everything, so like, he thought he was done wrestling. But like, the original plan was the match that happened at Backlash between Rock and Triple H, that was supposed to happen at WrestleMania. Like, Austin was supposed to come back and
And I'm
everything.
gonna tell you something.
That would have been good.
You telling me that?
Yeah,
Bobby?
15.
That's the
15
first. That's the
was-
first
was
I've
the
ever heard of that.
answer.
You telling me
Think
that
about it.
breaks my heart because
That would have been an amazing WrestleMania.
If
Because
that,
that was good. That moment wasn't Backlash. That one was so good.
it was great at Backlash. Imagine that being at
Dude,
WrestleMania.
that's one of the loudest pops of all time.
All
that I've
time,
ever
bro.
heard.
That pop when Austin's music hit is one of the greatest pops
Bro,
in
when
wrestling.
The Rock pinned Triple H, the camera was shaking. Like, the camera, like, the
Yes.
camera was
And
shaking.
then,
I'm gonna tell you why,
and then what made it better? And don't forget what made it better was after Rock was celebrating, Austin came out, they toasted with a beer, and they toasted to the title. Then you have the main event WrestleMania next year.
Oh, yeah, that would have been great. They said that Austin wasn't ready though. Like, I guess injury or something, he wasn't ready. So that's why he got pushed back. But
Listen,
honestly, I heard another rumor too that they were gonna do Triple H and Mick Foley at WrestleMania 2 in the Hell in a Cell. That was gonna be the
I heard
return.
about that too. I heard that too.
That would have been good too. That'd have been good to do that too. But
Yeah,
They
but what do you think?
They
Yeah, what do
botched
you
that
think?
WrestleMania. 2000's WrestleMania was botched in so many ways.
You know,
me, I
it's
think when it
crazy
comes to,
'cause that
like,
was a year of great pay-per-views for them, and that was the Mania was one of the worst shows, and I was like,
2000, I think 2000 in terms of pay-per-views is WWE's best batting average. The only pay-per-view that was bad was WrestleMania and maybe King of the Ring. Royal Rumble was good. No Way Out was good. Backlash was good. Judgment Day was good. Fully Loaded was good. SummerSlam was amazing. Unforgiven was good. Survivor Series was good. Armageddon was good. The only pay-per-view that year that was not was WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was a
Go
good
figure.
What about this?
That was the first time, even as like a 15, 16-year-old kid, that was the first time I was like, WWE doesn't always give us what we want and what we deserve. Because Rock, there's no way Rock should have walked out of WrestleMania without being
It's
champion.
true. There's something. There was a tide that changed at some point.
Yeah.
What about this right here? He wants to know that stuff. What's your favorite group? Your favorite wrestling group? It is the Nexus. What's your favorite
Evolution.
group?
Well, first of all, that's Stuff 35. I'm a big Nexus fan as well, so shout out to you for that.
Evolution.
Yeah, I'd have to go with DX.
Mine was Evolution for a long time, but mine would have to be the Shield, honestly.
Okay.
I'm a fan. DX.
Shield.
The Shield still
Over,
my
like
heart.
NWO and fucking.
I didn't grow
the
up
Shield was
watching
so
that.
dope, bro. I love the
Well,
Shield.
we didn't go for the NWO.
I didn't grow up
I don't
watching that.
care. I don't.
I didn't grow
I
up,
didn't
it
go
doesn't
for
hit the same. I didn't grow up watching the NWO.
It's not gonna hit the same for us.
I think
I grew up-
Oh,
I
so
grew-
you didn't watch like those Nitros when it formed. That you didn't watch that Bash at the Beach. Like you
Yeah,
never
I've seen
rewatched
them,
any of that
sure.
stuff. That doesn't
I've
hit
seen
you.
them, but
Oh please,
For
like,
example,
come
let
on.
me
No,
give
that's
you an example.
bullshit. No, I'm sorry.
No.
That's like me like, and a close second is probably Four Horsemen.
I
And,
don't know.
So I'm gonna sit here and be like, Will, that doesn't hit for me because like I wasn't born in the '80s and stuff.
I
Like,
agree
come
with
on,
you.
man.
That's like I consider Rock. I consider Hogan and Andre the most historic match in the historically significant match in the history of the business. Just because I was only like 1 year old doesn't mean that I don't know the historical significance. I watched it on TV.
And we're not denying the historical influence of the NWO. I'm saying for me in general, I think it was a great group, but it's hard to get excited for some of their greatest moments when those are the moments you had to see live.
No. You know greatness when you know greatness.
Yeah, I agree.
I think there's a difference between seeing stuff live and then seeing the rewatches.
Of course.
We know
course,
Michael Jordan is a great
happen.
player, but I never saw Michael Jordan play in his prime. So like I've only seen highlights.
I'm gonna debunk everything you guys just said because I took a break from wrestling for like 6 years, and when I saw the formation of Evolution, I was like, "That's my group," and I didn't even see it live. I did not see it live, and it still hit me hard.
I think for me, like,
That's two examples.
I'm not gonna say that's I love DX, and I wasn't really around for DX prime years. There's a lot of DX moments I still love.
We got to see the second version of DX though.
Yeah, the second version wasn't as good as the first.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna come in the middle of this because I think it's two different generations. Because I feel the same as Mountie. Like I went back and so when I used to get like wrestling videotapes from Blockbuster back in the day, I would go back and study wrestling history, bro. I'm coming home with the Chi-Town Rumble. Like, yo, I got to see what happened.
We all did. We all did.
Yeah, but I've never said that it didn't hit like that. But maybe it's different for you guys because you grew up with like
it's different for me watching it live and then seeing like rewatches. Like when you watch it live, it's like live. Like you got to see it like while it happened.
It's different. Like I heard this. I keep going back to the same example. Sorry, guys. I heard that Andre the Giant got slammed by Hulk Hogan, and I heard how important it was, and I heard how historically significant it was. And when I saw it, it hit me right in the face because even though I knew what had already happened, I understand what you guys are trying to say. Like, if you see something live, like I'll never forget the live moments. But then again, just because you go back and see something on tape, like I didn't see Jordan. I saw Jordan in his prime, but I didn't see Jordan like score 63 against the Celtics. But I went back and I knew that he did something historic when I watched it.
Right. I mean, you know the historics of it. It's just different. Like when you see stuff live, and then you have to go like, for like me, like when Rock and Cena was gonna happen, like that's something that I had to see live. Like I can't miss that. Like it'd have been different if I had to rewatch it like after it already happened because it already happened. You already know what happens.
Let me explain. Conrad and Sean, you have kids. Melty, you're gonna probably have a kid one day. We'll all probably have kids at one point. The stories we're gonna tell our kids about wrestling it's not gonna hit the same for them as it did for us. Like if I tell my son, oh, back in 2011, John Cena and The Rock, they Chelsea Chuck to a main event a year later. He's not gonna think it's that interesting because he might not buy into it the same way. I think that's what me and Malik are trying to convey. And
that's what I was saying. I get both sides of it.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
I think
it's like it's like you look at different eras. I think every era has a different GOAT because not everybody saw everybody in their prime. So that's why different GOATs are a different era. Some people
and you're gonna have different wrestlers depending on when you grew up. Prime example, you guys, well, mainly like Mountie and Sean, because you grew up in the late 80s, early 90s. Hulk Hogan was your guy back then. But for me, I don't care for Hogan back then. My favorite wrestler was Savage. So it's different. It's gonna be different when you grew up, or like when you watched in that type of era.
Fair.
Well, and you can make that same argument for the Spider-Man thing we were talking about before.
I agree.
The first.
It's just like if you know the spoilers,
iconic,
if you knew the spoilers before the movie came out, it's just like it wouldn't be the same. I mean, like
that's exactly why. That's why I avoided the spoilers because it made it better for me when I saw
it. Absolutely. Listen, boys, I gotta go. I gotta get up in 5 hours for my.
Yeah, me too. I gotta work in the morning.
Oh man, I could do this all night. I could pull an all-nighter, and I'd love to. And I love you guys. It was so great to see you guys tonight. Thanks for having me. Let's get the 6-pack together again, man.
Yes,
yeah. So,
I agree. I wish I didn't have to work tomorrow, but I agree.
I'm off tomorrow.
I gotta work tomorrow too, but I ain't gotta work till afternoon though. I ain't gonna go until afternoon.
Good to see you guys, huh?
All right, Mountie.
Peace out.
Later, brothers.
Peace, Sean.
Yep.
I don't know what you guys, but I'm off. I'm off tomorrow. I don't got to go anytime soon.
I'll answer. We can answer a couple more questions. Just a couple more.
We can fly through them real quick.
I'm trying to go back.
I've got no backup for the old school.
Here said who had the best theme songs. So I don't know if you mean just like theme songs or just like different songs or just.
Bro, there's so many classic theme songs.
It was. He said theme songs though, so I'm assuming he means like people who had different theme songs throughout their career, like different.
Well, if I just pick one guy, couple guys, I think Randy Orton's Voices and Burning My Light are good. CM Punk, Cult Personality, which is my favorite theme of all time, and Just Fire Burns is good. Chris Jericho, Break the Walls Down, and Judas is my second favorite theme of all time. So I would say those are some guys who I think have good theme songs throughout. And Triple H, Triple H too. You can't put Triple H. All of his themes were good. My Time, The Game, King of Kings. I think Triple H had all good themes.
Instrumentals, Nakamura's theme, Undisputed Era. You could go all day with these. Like even the '80s ones, dude. I love the Rougeau brothers theme. So many good ones.
We got another shutdown. Would you prefer WWE return to the Thunderdome or kind of like smaller crowds, kind of like an AEW was doing with the smaller spaced out crowds?
Well, here's the thing though. If we have another shutdown, it's different because AEW is allowed to do that because they have an outdoor setting. If WWE, are they going to have like an outdoor setting to do that in?
I think they could buy one if they wanted to. They
could.
They rented out the Thunderdome for as long as they needed.
Do you think they're going to afford? Yeah, but so I think if they can buy an outdoor arena, yes, they can. They'll have smaller crowds. If they can't, then they'll go back to the Thunderdome.
I don't know if they have the roster to do it, and I think it belittles some of your talent. Like with AEW, it worked because those guys weren't featured at the time. You know what I mean? Like they have the dark roster kind of where it's like these are the up and comers. I think WWE just wants to control it, so I think they're going to do the Thunderdome. If I had to guess, would I prefer it? No, I would prefer if they did the smaller crowds, but I think they want to control it.
I think Thunderdome.
Either way, it's better than going back to the Performance Center. That's still better than being in the Performance Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they would probably do a Thunderdome. I don't see WWE.
Like WrestleMania 36 will always go back when you watch and just be like, man, what could have been?
Yeah. Top 10 greatest pops. That's a good question. Top 10 greatest pops.
In no particular order, Austin at Backlash 2000. Mick Foley when he won the title. The Rock returned in 2011. CM Punk at AEW debut.
Yes.
What else? I'm just naming off the top of my head. You guys can chime in.
For that one.
The debut of Chris Jericho.
Triple H came back in 02. He got a pretty big pop.
Triple H 02 return.
Jericho debut in WWE.
I'll be honest, Ziggler cashing in Money in the Bank got a huge pop.
That too.
That was a big pop. Reuniting of DX in 06, that got a big pop too. When they reunited, crowd went crazy for that. Cena's return this year too was pretty big too.
Cena's return, Edge's return.
Shane McMahon's return. Edge's return is another one. I think Shane too, though. Shane's the underrated one.
Shane had a big one.
Shane had a pretty good return too.
I know we had some. Oh, Brock Lesnar's return in 2012.
This year or in 2012?
No, 2012 when he came out to get Cena, that was great.
I remember that music. I couldn't believe it because I wasn't reading dirt sheets and Bleacher Report at the time. I was only 12. I didn't know what. So I remember when Brock Lesnar's music hit. That was something I never thought I'd see Brock Lesnar in WWE again.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming either. That one surprised me. I'm trying to think of some other ones too. Some other good pops. Those are all good ones right there. Oh, I mean, shit. The fucking the night after WrestleMania when Hulk Hogan came out, fucking crowd was insane that night.
Yeah, he couldn't even speak.
Yeah, he couldn't even speak. That one would be up there too. So I would say though, I think those would be some good ones right there. I think those like whole.
I think an underrated one. Becky, the pop when Becky turned on Charlotte was a pretty big one.
That's good.
Oh, you remember when she popped her? Yeah, at SummerSlam. That was good.
SummerSlam, that was a good one.
What the fuck else? I'm trying to think some more.
Best matches of 2021. That's a good one.
I wish you would have said worse. In no particular order. See, this is hard because we got to go to WWE. No particular order. Sasha and Bianca at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
The Triple Threat at WrestleMania.
That was good.
Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros, Steel Cage.
That was a good one. That was a really good one. Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson.
30 minutes. Mm-hmm.
Bryan Danielson and Hangman too. Both those matches.
I think Kenny and Hangman was really good too. The story told for 3 years, or was it 2 years? 2 or 3 years. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Great story.
2 year story.
It technically started before AEW too. If you really look at the history going back to it, it was great.
Yeah. See, thing with NXT wasn't even popular.
Edge and Seth Rollins in Hell in a Cell. That was fucking.
Yeah, that was a really good match too. And Crown Jewel was really good that last one.
Yeah, I just refused to watch the shows. I heard I didn't get to see it, but watching Ilya Dragunov, I heard was good.
Yes, that was straight fire from NXT.
That was amazing. Edge and Rollins at MSG too. They had two good MSG, Madison Square Garden on SmackDown.
What else? I think Roman and Daniel's last match in WWE was pretty good too.
Hold on, let me see if I have my.
That was good.
I'm just pulling up. I know there's some New Japan ones that I'm not thinking of.
I didn't see New
Wrestle
Japan.
Kingdom, Kota Ibushi and Tetsuya Naito. Wrestle Kingdom was good. I like that one.
Yeah, that was great. Hold on, I know. I just did a thing too with where I log them all in for my award show. Still time to vote if you guys wanted to. Check out my Twitter at EPW Show if you wanted to get in on that. Hold on here. I just have to log in because I had to pay $50 for this stupid survey. Boom. Come on. I'm opening it. I hope it's not showing me the ratings. Sorry, I'm trying to avoid seeing it. Don't look. Okay. So I had like Will Ospreay versus Shingo was great. WrestleMania Night 2, Roman Reigns, Edge, Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
I thought that was really good. Dynamite, Young Bucks versus Pac and Phoenix, we didn't mention. Yep. I've got some Stardom, Siri versus Utami. We mentioned Edge and Seth Rollins. Ospreay versus Shingo. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match was really good. Okada with Ospreay, Ibushi versus Jay White, MJF Darby Allin, Thunder Rosa Britt Baker.
Yes, that was actually that was a really good light.
I liked MJF and Jericho too. The last one I had.
The Impact had one too. Josh Alexander versus TJP. They started off on the like pre-show, and then it led into the regular show as an Iron Man match. So you got like 30 minutes on the preview, started it. And then once it got to the last 30, really, really good.
This one right here, greatest catchphrases of all time. Greatest catchphrases Well, The Rock has many, so I say anything The Rock said.
The jabroni beating, loud pie eating, trailblazing, eyebrow raising. I'm trying to think of my favorite one.
Anything The Rock said was incredible.
Anything The Rock said. That's the bottom line. Everything Chris Jericho was saying in 2016 was funny as shit.
Yeah, anything Jericho would say too.
Then everything Rock says, everything Jericho says, that's the bottom line. What else?
That doesn't work for me, brother. Sorry, that was too easy. That doesn't work for me, brother. I gotta drop the leg on you, you know. Bret Hart, best there is, best there was, best there ever will be.
Randy Savage, ooh yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. Take some other ones. Catchphrases. I fuck with the Roman when they acknowledge me. I fuck with that one too heavily.
Damn, I love Damn. That was always a classic.
Oh, Damn was funny as hell. Damn. Like what made it funny was like you have a storyline, like it'd be just a dumb segment, like of crazy stuff happening, and then all of a sudden Rod Simmons just comes in, damn, like it was funny.
Yeah, that was some funny shit right there. All right, we'll do 3 more questions. I'll do 3 more questions. If you guys got 3 more questions you want to ask, drop them in the chat box, in the chatter box, and we'll try to answer the best of our abilities. We should have started. I wish we didn't start it so late.
Yeah, we had a really good conversation before about sports and everything else.
Yeah, that's only my fault because I had to work till 10 tonight. That's why we had to start late.
Top 5 favorite champions.
Champions.
I'll do top 5 favorite championship wins. I don't know if I can do champions.
Championship wins, go.
Eddie Guerrero, No Way Out.
Yes.
I still can't believe that one happened.
Eddie Guerrero, No Way Out. For personal reasons, definitely John Cena when he beat Edge in the TLC match.
That's not my favorite title win.
CM Punk, Money in the Bank.
That's not a win.
I would say, yeah, I'm trying to think of some. I would say those 2.
Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30.
That's Rollins at WrestleMania 31. I really like that one because that one I didn't see that coming. I thought that was really cool.
Kofi Kingston at WrestleMania 35. That's one of mine.
Yeah, and I'll say I'm gonna say. Because I want to throw. I'm gonna say Bailey and Takeover because I'm a big Bailey fan, so I'm gonna say that one. I was one for her hard too.
I'm not gonna lie, Ben. Even though we all don't like him for what he did, Ben Wall ran the title WrestleMania 20. That moment with him and Eddie with the confetti. I'm sorry, but I still love that moment.
That would be on mine too. Sean at 12. The boyhood dream has come true.
Boyhood dream.
Yeah, the day your brother threw a wrestling figure at your face.
Yo, chill with that. That didn't happen to me. You know, I'm tough.
His brother threw a hard ass action figure right in his mouth.
Yo, he was tight, bro. Bret Hart lost. He blamed Gorilla Monsoon forever.
Riddle and MSK just challenged Imperium and New Year's Evil because him and Orton are going to drop the titles to Street Profits at what sets up Orton to win the Rumble in his hometown in St. Louis.
He's already won the Rumble twice. He's not winning the Rumble. He's won it twice. He's not winning the third Rumble.
He doesn't need it.
Yeah. He didn't need to win in 2017 either.
No. The greatest person to be in the tag team and become a single star. That's a great question.
Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is the obvious answer because we all had a fun conversation about that. Booker T, Bret,
Edge.
But I think Christian went on to do some good stuff too. So
I think Christian's so slept on. He might be one of my other most
Christian slept on, but he didn't have the career of Edge though.
Bro, can I just butt in real quick? This is a Christian rant real quick. Bro, every time Christian has something, somebody comes and shits on it, like just unexpectedly. Think about it.
You can say Jeff Hardy too, Jeff Hardy.
I'm about to say Jeff Hardy.
Time out, bro. Let me back to Christian because this breaks my heart, bro, every time I hear this. Christian goes to TNA. He's the man in TNA. Bro, they signed Kurt Angle, and it was like, Christian, you're right back to where you were in WWE. Christian goes to AEW. They hype it up so big time. CM Punk and Bryan Danielson go, Christian who? That's dude.
Correct. He finally wins the world title in WWE only to drop it 2 days later because Randy Orton came to SmackDown.
Bro, they do Christian filthy, bro.
They
I would
did.
say, as far as not in WWE too, but Bobby Roode in TNA. Bobby Roode in TNA was fucking.
I think James Storm did good stuff
He
too.
got the longest run though, doesn't he have it?
Yeah, he's the longest reigning TNA champion. Yeah.
Yeah.
When they split up, Bobby Roode. Whew,
But the thing is, they actually, this is why I think they messed up. They ran a great storyline with Roode and Storm. And remember, Lockdown, they had the title match in Storm's hometown. They really should have pulled the gun on Storm winning the title that night. The fact that he didn't was a dumb decision, if you ask me.
Yeah, I don't know why Russo booked it that way. Like, I don't get it.
Well, Russo's an idiot, so.
I did like the swerve though, where it was Roode's time, and you thought Roode was going to beat Angle because he was injured. They let Angle win. Then the next night, James Storm beats him for the title, but then he turns on it. I thought that was really well done. Like,
no, that was James Storm who won the title from Kurt Angle, and then Bobby Roode got the shot against James Storm, and he cheated to beat James Storm for the title.
He cracked him over the head with a bottle.
And then I love how he lost it to Aries too. Aries was another good one.
Yeah, when he that's when he had the X Division title and he gave it up.
Option C, yep.
Option C, yeah.
Option
C, that was a good one too. I did like that one. I would definitely say though the top ones for me would be Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and Edge. Those and Jeff Hardy. Those would be.
I think Booker T has to be there too.
Booker T, yeah, too. He's up there because he was a tag team guy before he came to WWE. He was in the Harlem Heat and everything. So Booker T would be.
Hold up, Malik. I know you don't like him. Scott Steiner.
Yeah, Scott Steiner's up there too.
He had a good singles run. He had
one of the best singles runs in WCW, and he
was why I was watching WCW still in 2000.
I wasn't, and he had one of the greatest debuts in WWE history when he said, "Give me a fucking mic," and he has one of the greatest promos in wrestling history when he did something Malik can't do, which is math. And I've always said that the reason Malik does not like Scott Steiner because Malik isn't good at math, and he's jealous because Scott Steiner is a mathematician, and Malik doesn't like it.
Scott Steiner couldn't do math if it was right in front of his face. He couldn't solve it. He couldn't solve it right in front of his face. Neither could I.
No. Actually, go back and watch the math promo. All the math actually adds up. He was right. And the only reason he didn't win the title, and the only reason he didn't win the title at Sacrifice because Kurt Angle was not in the match. So that threw the math off. That's the reason why he didn't win the title that night.
All right, give me one more good question, guys. Give me about anything, and then we'll go ahead and sign off. We'll sign off. We will sign off.
Well, give us one more. Give us a good question. We already had a long talk about Brock, Roman, and everything like that. As we already had a long talk. Come on, guys. We need one more good, very, very good question.
Malik, you feeling that new U.S. title? I see it in your background.
Yeah, I do like it. That's my favorite company.
Every time I see it, I think of Dipset. I don't know why. It's just
I don't like the U.S. title design, man. I really don't.
That's the best title design they got in the company right now.
No, I
missed that IC that you got up. That was I used to love that. That was my favorite.
The best Royal Rumble, but the wrong person won.
So you going by Royal Rumble match that was good, but they should have had a different winner. See, you can't say 2015 because that match sucked.
I feel like I have one in my head that I just want to blurt out, but I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'm going to say 94. 94 for me. You should have never teased Brett and Luger both winning. It made it very interesting at the time for how they did it, but Luger being in there, I don't know. It seems pointless at the end of the day now.
I'm trying to think of a Rumble that was good and the wrong person won. I love
94 though.
I'll say 2017. Good Rumble, but I don't think Randy Orton should have won.
That was a good Rumble match. Randy Orton shouldn't have won it, but they knew they were doing.
Who was the last people in that one?
Randy, Roman, and Randy.
No, my God, I will never forget when Roman Reigns came out at number 30.
Yo, when his music hit, bro, I was like, yo, I can't.
Bro, when I tell you, my mom, I was down in the basement. My mom was always upstairs. I was so mad. My mother yelled at me to shut the fuck up. That's how mad I was.
Bro, when his music hit, I couldn't believe. I was like, what?
Oh, you know what? 24. You know what? I'm taking back 94. I'm gonna say the 2014 one. Good Rumble. Batista, huh?
But that one sucked.
No, that Rumble. I thought that Rumble was good until you did the finish. Where I'm like, why did Batista have to win this, and why wasn't Danielson in this? Like people wanted him to win.
I'm trying to think. Like I'm going through every year.
2014 would have been better for two reasons. Number one, if they would have had Daniel Bryan be in the match, and two, if Batista came out as a surprise and nobody knew he was coming back.
Yeah, that would have been way better.
Or you could have had Batista come back as a heel, which he wanted to do from the beginning.
But Malik, remember though, they were trying to get pay-per-view buys back then still, weren't they? That was before.
Yeah, but if Batista had came back, he would have got a big pop. People would have been like, "Oh shit!" But nobody. If he had came back, people would have been excited.
I think they were just looking to collect that last bit of revenue before they went with the.
And then if you had the final three be Punk, Batista, and Bryan, oh man,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I will never forget. And we were all waiting for number 30 to countdown. Everyone's chanting, yes, yes. And when number 30 hit, and Rey Mysterio's
music, I felt so bad for him, bro. He didn't do anything.
He got booed.
Ray did not deserve that.
When did Ray ever get booed, dude? Rey Mysterio never got booed, bro.
Not like that. They didn't care. He was public enemy number one. But I'm trying to think, what was a Royal Rumble that was good that had the wrong one?
2017. That was a good
Rumble. 2017. Conrad said, I'm trying to think of one. Like, what was a good Rumble that had the wrong winner? I mean, I think either the one Hogan won, he should have won.
Did you like Del Rio's?
I don't like that.
That Rumble was not that great.
And Kyrie loves it, but I don't.
2012, Chris Jericho.
2012. I like Sheamus winning though, kind of. I like
Sheamus winning, and the only reason I like it winning is because I heard Jericho say that he was supposed to win, and he told Vince he didn't need the Rumble, give it to Sheamus. So I respect.
I wanted Jericho to win that one. Everyone thought Jericho was winning that one.
That's the only reason I'm cool with it. I gotta respect.
Here's the thing. It depends on what you guys think. Well, 2016. I thought that was a good Royal Rumble match with Triple H winning it. Like, on one hand, but glad.
Yeah, 2016 was another one, yeah. 2016 was another one.
I really wanted Dean Ambrose to win it.
I did like Ambrose and him in at the end. I thought you could have did a great swerve and had Ambrose win, but I like the way they did it with the Shield because each person penned another member of the Shield.
Another one, honestly, I'll say 2013. I think they should have had Ryback one.
No, they shouldn't have.
He was so over at the time.
Yeah, everyone knew Cena was winning it.
He shouldn't. He knew he wouldn't, but booking wise, to build a new star, it should have been Ryback. His reactions were still. He was getting the best reactions.
They screwed Ryback over the minute they had him put him in that Hell in a Cell match with Punk.
Yeah, he was done. They booked him horribly after that.
Because everybody knew Punk was facing Rock at Royal Rumble, and they did that stupid ass finish with Brad Maddox, and
the crazy part was Punk really couldn't lobby for Ryback to win even because you put him in a bad position where it's like, well, I'm about to main event Mania, bro. I'm not giving you this. Like, I've never had it.
Yeah. And then what happens? Ryback and Cena in the final two of the Rumble. Cena wins, which everyone knew. And what did they do with Ryback at WrestleMania? They had him job out to Mark Henry.
And then the next night, Heel the next night.
And he turned heel the next night.
Yeah, that was bad. All right, we're going to go ahead and end the stream. Appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks for all the questions, man. Sorry we couldn't get to everybody's question today. But we'll try to make it happen again soon. So appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned until the next talk, to the next chat. So happy New Year, everybody out there.
Peace out.